Good morning, everybody. This is Doug here on Cedar Trail, Doug Pollard. I was out wandering around a little bit yesterday and went down to the beach, walked out on the dock with my video camera, took a little bit of video down the river and up the river, and some of the cypress trees along the shoreline over on the other side of the Pianki Tank River. Looking up into the marshes, heading into the Dragon Run, and downriver towards the power lines and on down where the Pianki Tank empties into the Chesapeake Bay. Videotaped a little bit of the little view of the beach. And finally, I headed on back, walked down along the beach road there, and turned on to Cedar Trail heading for home. Past a couple houses. On the left, there's a road goes back through the woods. Well, we're looking up the Pianki Tank River into actually what is the Dragon Run now. So a couple of seagulls occupied the dock. One left, the other one flew. Down the river there you can see some power lines down there. Where the power lines cross, on this side is freshwater, on the other side is Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean and salt water. I don't know why the salt stops at the power lines, but that's what the county says it does, or the state or whoever. Beautiful little creek up in here. Okay, this is our beach here at Holley Beach. A little bit of sand. Sand you can walk way out on. The kids love it. Got a swing set and a few other things for the kids. Charcoal heater inside the shed roof. Come down, picnic. Cook a meal and sit under the shed and eat it, or out in the sun, depends on what you like. There's my old dog Lucky. Lucky's 15 years old. My daughter found him as a tiny little puppy in the middle of Route 17. She slammed on the brakes, jumped out of the car, stopped the traffic, went out and picked him up, took him to work with her. It was Christmas Eve. And of course she always has said that he was a Christmas present from Santa Claus. He's, we think, part Walker Hound, maybe something else mixed in. And probably that was the reason he was thrown away. The police found 4 or 5 more of the same litter of puppies up in Middlesex County. Old dump truck parked alongside the path here. 2 or 3 boats, other various and sundry junk. Well, I'd give anything if that old dump truck could talk. There's bound to be some kind of interesting story involved with that old truck. Who owned her, what she's hauled over the years, what projects she worked on. I don't know, maybe she belonged at one time to the people that owned this property and put these roads in and divided these lots up for building lots. You just don't know. Pile of tires down the path and an old boat. Well, looking down here at that, my first thought was, well, a bunch of kids built a camp down here in the woods. They're playing cowboys and Indians or something. But don't believe it's so. I was told that somebody homeless had been living back here in the woods, and I guess for a time that was their home. God, I hope it wasn't the wintertime. Well, here we are in the marsh up behind the path where we just walked down through. Tide's up high because the marsh is full of water, usually just a little tiny stream over on the other side running down out of the marsh into the Pianki River out there. Beautiful spot back here. Back behind is what had been the porch on a trailer, I believe. Probably they took the trailer out of here and whoever was living here moved away. Lucky's exploring a little bit. He loves to explore back through these woods. And he don't get away much anymore because we have a leash law here. So the only time he ever gets out and gets anywhere is when I take him for a walk, which I do just about every day. Well, we're walking down through a little path here, and it turns off here to the right. And just beyond this opening is a big surprise. Well, there we go. Way down Cedar Trail. This is the road we live on. It's a great place to live. These dirt roads wander all around through these woods and houses all around. Mostly young couples with small kids. Some teenagers riding dirt bikes and little motorcycles and three-wheelers and four-wheelers around through these roads and back through the woods. It's a great place to raise children. With a beach down there to swim and a river that's only a couple feet deep. Most of the way they can darn near walk across the river. They want to. And a dock to fish off of. It's a great place for kids. I think it's just everybody ought to move here, and it probably would. Well, here we are. That's home. It's Tina's house. Georgina and I live there with her, and it has really come to be home. A little house in the woods. A couple of sheds. And back in the backwoods, in the back end of the lot, there's a big old shed that was a chicken coop at one time. This is a great place. It really is. A little house like that is the dream of a lot of people that don't have a pile of